The global shift to electric vehicles has been driven by two very different companies with a common goal: phasing out fossil fuels. On one side is Tesla, founded in 2003 in California and famously led by Elon Musk, whose mission was to accelerate the advent of sustainable transport. On the other stands BYD Build Your Dreams, founded in 1995 in Shenzhen by Wang Chuanfu, a Chinese chemist determined to transform battery technology and, eventually, the auto industry. Both leaders envisioned a future powered by clean energy, but they came from very different backgrounds and faced unique challenges along the way. From the start, Musk and Wang shared a bold vision: create compelling electric vehicles that could replace gasoline cars. Musk, a serial entrepreneur who had already co-founded PayPal and SpaceX, poured his fortune into Tesla with the goal of building high-end electric cars and then driving down to lower-cost models. He often said he was not in it for the money, but because legacy automakers had two false premises: that electric cars couldn't be great, and that no one would buy them. Wang Chuanfu, meanwhile, had grown up poor in rural Anhui province, orphaned and raised by siblings. A top student in chemistry and battery science, he moved south to Shenzhen in 1995 and co-founded a small battery firm, BYD, with about $300,000 of savings. From the outset, BYD's strategy was to copy and reverse engineer existing battery technology to make it cheaper, rapidly dominating China's cell phone battery market. His original name, BYD, stood for Build Your Dreams, reflecting his belief that China could move from low-cost components to world-class products. In the first decade of the 21st century, both companies began proving that electric vehicles could be desirable. Tesla's Roadster, 2008, stunned the industry as a sports car with over 200 miles of range. That was followed by the Model S sedan in 2012, a Car of the Year winner, and the Model X SUV in 2015. By 2017, Tesla launched the mass-market Model 3 320-plus mile range and soon after introduced the Cybertruck and Model Y. Tesla's products were backed by Musk's engineering obsession. He spent 70% of his time on Tesla in 2018, sleeping on the factory floor during the brutal Model 3 production ramp and personally redesigning the battery line to fix problems. At BYD, the path was different but equally determined. BYD's first cars emerged when Wang bought a failing local automaker in 2003 and revived it as BYD Auto. He rapidly introduced the F3 sedan in 2005, a Corolla-like car sold for under $7,000, which became China's best-selling car by decade's end. BYD also pioneered plug-in hybrid, the Qin and Tang models, and battery electric buses. By 2011 it was already one of China's largest automakers, and global sales grew rapidly with help from government subsidies introduced that year. Wang expanded aggressively. By 2020 BYD vehicles including buses were sold in over 60 countries. A key to BYD's success was vertical integration. It made its own batteries, blade, battery and electric motors, so that when most carmakers struggled with parts shortages during COVID-19, BYD kept production running. By the early 2020s, both Tesla and BYD had proven their technologies and achieved mass-market scale. Tesla's lineup now included 5 core models: Roadster, S, X, 3, Y, along with semi-trucks and energy products Powerwall, Megapack, Solar Roof. BYD's lineup was even broader, including dozens of hybrids and EVs: Atto 3, Han, Seal, Dolphin, etc. and electric buses and trucks. In 2023 BYD surpassed Tesla as the world's largest EV maker, selling about 42,000 more vehicles in the year. Musk himself acknowledged the shift, noting that was many years ago. Their cars are highly competitive these days. Despite their eventual success, Musk and Wang faced moments when their companies nearly fell apart. Tesla's early years were especially harrowing. By late 2008, as the global financial crisis hit, Tesla was literally weeks from bankruptcy. The company had burned through its cash on the Roadster and had no more financing in hand. Musk had to raise a desperate $20 million in new investment just before Christmas or face shutdown. He clashed with a major investor over strategy. Musk refused to merely sell battery packs to other automakers, believing the EV revolution needed compelling cars of its own. In one infamous boardroom tussle, an investor even tried to oust Musk, but his brother Kimball blocked the vote at the last minute. Eventually Musk reworked the financing, issuing more debt rather than equity, and prevailed. In Musk's own words, Tesla was bleeding money like crazy and within single-digit weeks of death during its Model 3 production hell in 2018. He admits that he worked 120 hours a week, sleeping on the factory floor, because, if I didn't do it, then there was a good chance Tesla would die. BYD had its own trials. In the mid-2000s the company was still primarily a battery maker. When it bought the car plant in 2003, Wang faced skepticism that a newcomer could challenge established automakers. He slashed costs and undercut competitors, for example, paying his engineers just $150 a month to prove a point. BYD also dealt with the volatility of China's market. In 2008 it struck gold when Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway bought $232 million of stock, a vote of confidence that rallied other investors. But BYD's profit margins remained tight. In 2025 the company warned its annual sales would fall short of targets and even reported its biggest profit drop in years. Wang has remained fiercely cost-conscious. After a short downturn, he secured massive contracts to supply electric buses to cities worldwide, which helped BYD pivot back to growth. There were personal and political storms as well. Elon Musk weathered intense scrutiny from regulators and media. His public persona, from Twitter posts to clashes with California officials, sometimes spooked investors. In 2020 he famously railed against COVID-19 lockdowns, calling mandates fascist, and even reopened Tesla's Fremont plant in defiance of local health orders. That action drew criticism when hundreds of workers contracted the virus at the factory later that year. Musk also faced lawsuits such as with Alameda County and threatened to move Tesla's HQ from California. He eventually relocated to Texas. Meanwhile BYD, as a Chinese state-favored enterprise, generally enjoyed a more cooperative relationship with the government. The Chinese government poured billions into EV subsidies starting in 2009, boosting BYD's margins. During the pandemic, Wang mobilized BYD to produce face masks at scale, turning one of its plants into the world's largest mask factory within weeks, earning praise at home for contributing to public health. Despite these pressures, both leaders made bold choices. Musk refused to abandon the affordable car plan even when sales faltered. He postponed then revived a promised $25,000 model, aiming to bring EVs into price ranges dominated by gasoline cars. Wang likewise persisted in making affordable vehicles. BYD's strategy of charging a bit less than comparably sized engines paid off, driving volume. When rivals consolidated or shut down, BYD expanded. By 2024 it had 8 gigafactory sites in China and announced new plants abroad, Hungary, Brazil, and possibly a third in Spain to localize production. Today Tesla and BYD stand at different points in their trajectories, each with aggressive plans. Tesla continues to roll out new products and factories. At Gigafactory Texas, Musk confirmed the coming next-generation EV, codenamed Project Redwood, slated for mid-2025 production. This platform will underpin several new models, including an entry-level $25,000 car, a 3-row SUV, and potentially an autonomous robotaxi. Musk has promised that these designs and manufacturing techniques will be head and shoulders above anything currently in the industry. Meanwhile, Tesla is expanding its global footprint. A new gigafactory in Mexico is planned after Texas, and the Berlin plant is ramping up. Tesla's energy division is also growing its battery and solar business, aiming to integrate products like the Powerwall and solar roof into a complete home energy system. Insider reports show Musk wants Tesla to reach 5 million annual vehicle sales eventually by leveraging next-generation, cheaper platforms. BYD's ambitions have likewise gone global. In late 2025 the company told investors it aims to sell 1.5 to 1.6 million vehicles overseas in 2026, up sharply from about 1 million expected in 2025. About one-third of those overseas sales are expected to each come from Europe, North America, and Southeast Asia. To support this, BYD is rapidly localizing. It opened its first European factory in Hungary and another in Brazil, and is scouting sites in Spain for a third plant. In Europe alone, BYD is doubling its dealer network, planning to have 2,000 sales outlets by 2025 compared to just 500 in 2022. Its current European models like the compact Atto 3 and Seal already sold over 120,000 units in Q3 2023, a 400% increase year-on-year. In China, BYD has been working on next-gen technologies too. It launched its Dynasty and Ocean series hybrids and EVs, and is integrating advanced driver assistance and battery innovations. BYD even introduced its own robotics efforts, signaling it will not only compete on cars but on mobility solutions. The company has declared an integrated vehicle intelligence strategy, using big data and AI across its products. In interviews, Wang has expressed confidence that BYD will achieve at least a 10% global EV market share outside North America and Europe in the near future. Two leaders, one story. At heart, the Tesla and BYD saga is powered by two indomitable personalities. Elon Musk is outspoken, restless, and intensely driven. He publicly names his enemies and takes personal responsibility for every engineering challenge. In interviews he humbly calls himself chief engineer of both rockets and cars, and admits that his work ethic is extreme. He jokes no one should work this hard. Musk's life has had its personal hardships, from near bankruptcy battles to public divorce, yet he rarely let setbacks deter his vision. Wang Chuanfu, by contrast, keeps a low profile. Colleagues describe him as pragmatic and cost-conscious, often drawing comparison to Warren Buffett in how he runs BYD. Buffett himself invested because of Wang's management. Wang built BYD quietly, rarely granting media interviews. He named BYD after his son and the dream of better technology, and has said little publicly besides business updates. But his story is no less dramatic, surviving childhood poverty, turning a $300,000 startup into a company worth tens of billions, and facing down competitors and ever-changing regulations without fanfare. As one analyst put it, BYD is not just an automotive company. It's one of the best-run companies in the world. Throughout crises, from financial crunches to the COVID-19 pandemic, both leaders made tough calls. Musk wrestled with investors and regulators, sued his hometown county to reopen Tesla, and even risked his own arrest to keep production running. Wang responded to China's lockdown by converting BYD's assembly line to make face masks and delivering millions to cities in need. Each kept pushing forward. Musk invested all of his own fortune into Tesla and SpaceX to keep them alive in 2008, and Wang reinvested BYD's profits back into R&D and new factories, rather than cashing out. Today, the race between Tesla and BYD is far from over. Tesla still has a vast lead in market value and US presence, but BYD is nipping at its heels globally. Both companies continue to innovate on batteries, autonomy, and vehicle design. As Musk likes to say, the ultimate goal is a sustainable energy economy, which includes not just cars, but solar power, energy storage, and even reusable rockets for humanity's future. Wang similarly envisions a future where electric mobility is found everywhere, and has guided BYD to expand into monorail trains and other low-carbon solutions. The stories of Elon Musk and Wang Chuanfu, and their companies Tesla and BYD, underscore how audacious dreams combined with dogged perseverance can reshape whole industries. Both men started from adversity, Musk with a barrage of skeptics about electric cars, Wang with humble roots in China. Both confronted huge obstacles, financial, technical, political, yet each emerged stronger. In the process they not only built successful businesses but inspired millions to imagine a cleaner, more sustainable world. As of 2025, Tesla and BYD stand as paragons of the electric revolution, each pushing the other to go faster. Their competition is a narrative of innovation meeting conviction. Musk and Wang may be very different in style, but they share a conviction that electric vehicles are the future. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor, Musk has said, a sentiment that both he and Wang have lived by. Their next chapters, be it fully autonomous cars, affordable mass-market EVs, or global energy solutions are already in motion. And as they continue to race toward that sustainable future, the world watches, inspired by the vision and resilience that got them this far.